Hello everyone. The next concept is hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers that are secreted directly into the blood, which carries them to organs and tissues of the body to exert their functions. There are many types of hormones that act on different aspects of bodily functions and processes. Some of these include development and growth. Hormones are the body's chemical messengers. They travel in the bloodstream and to tissues or organs. They are working very slowly over time and they affect many different processes, including development. The metabolism of the body is dependent on the hormones. That is, how the energy is drawn from the foods that we eat. Now, a definition of the hormone can be it is a regulatory substance produced in an organism and transported in a tissue fluid such as blood or sap to stimulate specific cells or tissues into action. That is, this compound travels in the blood and it goes to a specific cells or tissues, further giving an action. It is a synthetic substance with a similar effect to that of an animal or plant hormone. That is, a hormone system can be present in plant or animals. This is also related to a person's sex hormones, which are held responsible for the influence or behavior or mood. So what is an hormone? Hormone is any member of a class of signaling molecules in a multicellular organisms that are transported to a distant organs to regulate physiology and behavior. Now for example, in our body, the hormones are synthesized in an endocrine glands and through the blood it will go to a specific tissues. For example, pituitary gland might send certain signals to the other parts of the body. Chemical classification of hormones. Hormones can be categorized into steroidal hormones and other hormones. Now in this, steroidal hormones are adrenal cortical hormones or corticoids. These are also categorized into sex hormones, that is female sex hormones and male sex hormones. Female sex hormones are again given into two categories. One is estrogens, that is estrone or estradiol. The other one is progesterone. Male sex hormones can be given as androgens. Example can be testosterone. Hormones are also categorized into peptide hormones like insulin glycagon, amino acid derivatives like thyroidal hormones, miscellaneous like prostaglandin cytokinins. These are responsible for various types of functions in the body. Now, what are the importance of hormones? They help regulate the body's processes like hunger, BP, sexual desire. While hormones are essential to reproduction, they are also fundamental to all the systems of the body. They may be essential for deriving energy for the development, so on and so forth. Hormones are released from the glands in the endocrine system. They tell the body how to breathe and how to expand or expend energy. How the energy has to be spent will be told by the hormones. The hormones created and released by the glands in the body's endocrine system, they control nearly all the processes in the body. All of the processes in the body, including the behavior of a person, is controlled by this hormone system. These chemicals, they help coordinate the body's functions from metabolism to growth, development, emotions, blood, sexual function and even sleep is controlled by the hormonal system. A very common example can be insulin. It is essential for life because it regulates many metabolic processes that provide cells with needed energy. Now these hormones, they affect more than just mood. The vital chemicals, they are actually vital chemicals which are important in daily bodily functions, movement. They also affect various types of systems in which development is also involved. After understanding the importance of hormones, the next concept would be to try to synthesize two hormones. One of them would be adrenaline. Now, adrenaline is an important hormone because it triggers the body's flight or fight response. Now, this reaction causes air passages to dilate to provide the muscles with the oxygen they need to either fight danger or flee. That means adrenaline is said to be a flight response hormone. Adrenaline also triggers the blood vessels to contract to redirect the blood towards major muscle groups, including the heart and lungs. So, adrenaline helps in the movement of the blood. So how is it synthesized? The starting material is called as pyrocatechol. Now it is a dihydroxy compound. This reacts with chloroacetyl chloride. Now acetyl chloride is CH3COCl. Instead of that, one of the proton is replaced by Cl and we get a chloroacetyl chloride. This reacts in the presence of POCl3 so that we get 3,4-dihydroxy omega chloroacetophenone. So what happens here is the CH2 will attack onto the benzene system. In turn, we will be getting alpha, beta, omega system, that is 3,4-dihydroxy omega chloroacetophenone. This intermediate reacts with methylamine. There is a removal of HCl molecule. That means this Cl is removed. In turn, there is an introduction of NHCH3. There is an introduction of NHCH3. This intermediate is called as adrenaline because there is a presence of a carbonyl carbon. Once this carbonyl carbon is reduced with the presence of two protons, we can see that carbonyl carbon is converted to an OH and H, and then we will be getting a plus or minus adrenaline system. So pyrocatechol reacts with chloroacetyl chloride in the presence of POCl3 to give me omega chloroacetophenone, which loses a molecule of HCl in the presence of methylamine to give adrenaline. This adrenaline undergoes reduction in the presence of two protons so that carbonyl carbon is converted to OH and then we will be getting an adrenaline plus or minus adrenaline. The next is synthesis of thyroxine. Starting material would be an amino acid tyrosine. Now a tyrosine amino acid has its speciality because of the presence of a benzene ring, or it is an aromatic amino acid. This aromatic amino acid reacts with a nitrating mixture, that is HNO3 and H2SO4. This HNO3 and H2SO4 introduces a nitro group ortho to OH, and there is another nitro group which is again ortho to this OH group. So we will be introducing two nitro groups in the benzene ring of tyrosine. This intermediate with a 2-dinitro component now reacts with acetic anhydride in the presence of NaOH. There is a presence of NH2 in an amino acid which gets protected by acetic anhydride, which turns into NHCOCH3, N-acetylated compound. This N-acetylated compound, when reacts with ethanol in para-toluene sulfonic acid, the carboxylic group which is present in the previous intermediate is now converted to respective ester, C double bond O, OC2H5. The ester now reacts with para-toluene sulfonyl chloride in presence of pyridine and in the presence of paramethoxyphenol. Now what we try to introduce in the presence of pyridine and para-toluene sulfonyl chloride is paramethoxyphenol. Now in this presence of this OH, this will now give me an ethereal linkage, and the OH of this paramethoxyphenol is removed as water. Now this introduces an ethereal linkage between these two benzene systems, and a paramethoxybenzene is introduced onto the tyrosine structure. This tyrosine structure now has got a 2 nitro group. They can be reduced in the presence of hydrogen, in the presence of Rani nickel, so that NO2 is converted to NH2. Nitro group is converted to amino group. So 2 nitro groups are converted to two amino groups respectively. In the presence of sodium nitrite and protonic environment and sodium iodide, the amino groups can now be replaced by an iodo group. Now this can be also done through a Sandmeyer reaction where amino groups can be replaced by two iodine systems. Now this intermediate with 2-iodine system, when it reacts with hydrogen iodide in acetic acid, in the benzene system of the methoxy, ortho to the methoxy system, two iodines are introduced. In the presence of I2 and ETNH2, that is C2H5NH2 ethyl amine system, all the deprotection takes place. What happens is acetic acid is responsible for the deprotection first. Methoxy group gets converted to OH. NHCOCH3 gets converted to NH2. Then carboxyl, which group which is present as an ester, it gets converted to a carboxylic acid. Further, there is an introduction of iodine in the presence of ethyl amine. So synthesis of thyroxine can be done like this. Tyrosine reacts with nitrating mixture so that there are two dinitro systems which get introduced. This intermediate reacts with acetic anhydride in the presence of NaOH so that we get N-acetyl substituted tyrosine system. This substituted tyrosine system, which is protected NH2 group, now reacts with ethanol in paratoluene sulfonic acid so that the carboxylic group gets converted to its respective ester. This ester, in the presence of pyridine and paratoluene sulfonyl chloride, in the presence of paramethoxyphenol, an ester linkage is introduced so that there is an introduction of the second methoxybenzene system. This methoxybenzene system intermediate reacts with ranitidine in the presence of H2 so that the nitro groups are converted to NH2. Further, NH2 groups are replaced by iodine in the presence of sodium nitrite and protonic environment and sodium iodide. Further, in the presence of hydrogen iodide and acetic acid system, methoxy group is converted to OH, NHCOCH3 is converted to NH2, ester is converted to carboxylic group through a deprotective system. Iodine, in the presence of ethyl amine, there are two new iodine systems which are introduced. This gives the synthesis of thyroxine. Now the importance of thyroxine is it's a main hormone secreted in the bloodstream by thyroidal gland. It plays vital roles in digestion, heart and muscle function, brain development and maintenance of bones. Thyroids, they affect every cell and organs of the body. They regulate the rate at which the calories are burnt, affecting weight loss or weight gain. This can also slow down or speed up the heartbeat. So this is an importance of thyroxine. Thank you.